Hello common people, this is Common Guy Reviews and speaking to you is your lovely host Pepsi. Warning, I will spoil the stuff out of this movie so I can talk about it as its nature is a bit uncommon. The Poughkeepsie Tapes is 2007 American pseudo-documentary horror film written, directed and edited by John Eric Dowdle. It is based on a story he and his brother Drew Dowdle wrote. This movie is about a serial killer that kidnaps and kills young women and at least one child. As the name suggests, we are in the Poughkeepsie, New York. Documentary about police and serial killers are gnarly to see. Killer leaves a large amount of VHS tapes on the closet, so police could see his work. We follow a number of snuff films, where killer stalks, kidnaps and kills women. This sick bastard's work includes sexual abuse, murder, mutilation dead or alive, post-mortem violations, psychological abuse and list goes on. One of the weird things about this killer is that he likes to dress up as a theater worker, more likely the plague doctor. They even mention many times how his killings and methods seems more like acting. Murderer Edward Carver murders a boyfriend of Cheryl Dempsey and kidnaps Cheryl. And then we spend most of the film with this woman and Edward. Snuff films were gruesome and well acted out. The picture of the view was mostly on Edward's side, as he liked to film all his stalkings and killings. Lucky for us, so we can watch them. We get a lot of interviews with police who are talking about the cases, some showing them to the other police, some to the police academy members I think, and we see their horrified faces as they watch these clips. The story goes on until we presumably catch the killer, who is just a cop, and he is arrested and executed via lethal injection. Only to find out that the real killer staged the whole thing, framed the innocent police as a murderer. The way he did it was a bit odd, funny, or something like that. The police at some point has visited a sperm bank, and real killer robbed the sperm bank and took his semen and distributed it to the victims. That is one of the ways to do it, I guess. So is this movie about genius killer? Well, people have couple gripes for this movie. For the starters, I heard that the cops in this movie are dumb, and they don't do their work. Also, Edward films everything with his VHS recorder. Have you seen that recorder? It's huge, so it's funny that he's running around with it. Also, my gripe is that the police that was framed as a killer does not protest at all. Man walks to the lethal injection without any objections, and they don't even return to that moment after that. Story tells us that this news was overshadowed by 9/11, despite being one of the greatest crime ever. And the movie ends in a bitter tone, how this killer is now somewhere else, haunting someplace, killing people. The fate of Cheryl was gruesome, as she was tortured mentally and physically in such way that when she was found alive, she went and killed herself, pledging her love to her master. It is just truly sickening. This movie was a good piece of pseudo-documentary horror, well made and filmed, but a story, as it tries to tell one about a genius killer that was only genius because plot says so, was kinda haphazardly made. I mostly like this because of nostalgia, of seeing this horrific movie banned everywhere as it was falsely advertised on the internet. And I saw this film in some 240p streamed online, but now I've seen it again, and I still liked it. Fun facts are just fun facts, but the movie had a good mood and vibes, and that's what matters the most. But this was my review about the Poughkeepsie Tapes, brought to you by Common Guy Reviews, and speaking to you is your lovely host Peps, and I'll see you in the next review. Goodbye.